Hello, hello, hello. So today I'll be showing you how to make a acrylic keychain without all the fancy materials. Okay, right here, I have a 2-inch acrylic blank for a keychain. So I'm peeling off the protective film, and it has film on both sides. Okay, so what I'm using here is paint. It's called Key West. It's just acrylic paint, to make the paintbrush strokes. You know how like on the Cricut machines, they'll use the Cricut to cut out the vinyl and put the vinyl on it. Well, I'm going to show you a way that you can kind of have the same effect. So with this acrylic paint, I'm finding a brush now. I had to put on gloves so it wouldn't mess up my hands. So I'm just going to take the brush and I'm just going to do a few strokes. I did use a little too much paint, but that's okay because it'll all work out in the end. So right now I'm just making it my own. Just figuring out, how much I want to put on there, how little, if I want the strokes to show through. So that's what I'm doing here. It's very, very easy to do. I kept going over. Then I was thinking, I'm like, hold up. If I keep going too much, then I'm just going to mess it up. So right here, I think I stopped. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is now, if you see the line, you see those lines that are in there? Well, that's okay because once you put the resin on top of it, it's going to disappear. And this is what the other side looks like. And it still has the protective film on the back. We leave it on the back because if you have spills or something, it'll protect the acrylic on the back until you get to that point. So right now, what I want to do is just use the heat gun to dry it up. I'm a little impatient, so I'm using the heat gun. Usually I'll paint them and I'll sit them to the side because I have a fan over there and I'll let the fan dry. But today, since I'm only doing one, I decided to use the heat gun. And if you see in the background, that one with that gold on it, I did that one with acrylic backing, and I have what I'm going to be using today, a sticker, and then acrylic on top of the sticker. Okay, so now that is dry. I'm looking at each side to see, what I want to do. So what I'm going to, on that side, that's where I'm going to put the sticker. So I found these really cute stickers. They were on sale at Michael's, and I'm like, hold up. They look like the right size, and when I picked them up, they are the right size, well, they were the right size. Okay, so now, right here, what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to find find the cup, and I'm trying to find my UV resin. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of UV resin, not too much. Not too little, not too much. Just, sometimes you have to eyeball it. Okay, and then I'm going to use this fine glitter. Just to give it like a little sparkle on the back. To cover it up a little bit, Once you play around with it, you'll know exactly how much is too much or how much is too little. So right here, I think I got it. I have enough. So I'm just going to mix it around, but try not to do it too fast because you do not want to get any bubbles. But, mix it well so everything will be well blended. So now, right here, I'm just going to pour it on the blank. Now I'm going to take the stick that I have and just pull it out to the ends. Pull the UV resin out to the ends. And make sure I have everything covered. Okay, and see around the top, when you get up to the top around that hole, be very careful not to put any UV resin in the hole. And I'm trying to like even it out and smooth it out to make sure everything is covered. Just being careful of that hole, not to get any resin in that hole. Please forgive me if I use the word so too much, because I've been noticing lately I've been using so. Please forgive me. I'm trying to think about what I'm saying before I say it. Okay, now I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put it under the light for 60 seconds. I made it go a little fast. Yeah, so it was only 60 seconds that I had it under the light. And as you can see, even with mixing it like that, it has a little texture to it. But I'm going to take some UV resin and I'm going to coat it again to make it smooth. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm putting some more UV resin on it. And I'm just kind of mixing it around. Well, not mixing it, but putting it around so I won't have so much to, pull around. Always put your top back on your UV resin because you don't want it to, like the little tip to dry up. Okay, so here I go. I'm just smoothing it out to make sure everything is going to the ends. And also, you can also use the epoxy resin on these. But, of course, with the epoxy resin, you have to wait for it to cure. And then once it cured, then you can go back over it. But with this UV resin, it's real quick. It's still a lot of work, but it's quick. It's quicker. Okay, what I'm showing you there is I have this little stick thing that I have. It has the little pokey end that I'm using right there. But on the other side is flat. And I love that. I only have a few more left, and I have to figure out now where I got them from. I don't know where, but hopefully I'll figure it out. Now I'm coming in again with the heat gun, trying to pop some of those bubbles and make sure I have the resin spread out very well. Still getting it around a hole, but close, but not in the hole. Popping bubbles, making sure the resin is all spread out with the heat gun. Now I will put it back under the UV light. There I go, I touched it, but it's gonna work its way out. Like where I touched it, it's gonna smooth itself out. Okay, I put it under the light for 2 minutes. I'm speeding it up. Now, as you see, it's cured. It's cured, and also it has it's very, very smooth and glossy. Shiny, should I say, shiny. Okay. Now, see, what I'm showing you here is the protective film you leave on the back, because right there, it's some paint that's on there. Yeah, so that's a good reason to leave that protective film on the back. And with this paint, I did dry it, but I didn't dry it well enough, but I like the effects to it, and I think that's fine. So I should have dried it a little more because I did make it kind of thick, but I think it's cute, me personally. So here I am taking off the protective film from the opposite side. And these are this is one, well, it's a pack of letters that I found in Michael's, and they were on sale, and I just love it. I used the tweezers. I could have used the transfer tape, but I chose not to. So I'm just going to use the tweezers to try to put it down best as I can. So there I go. There I am getting it centered and plopping it down. Yeah, this sticker, it has a like an effect. I don't know, some, you know, like that. I can't think of the name of it. You know, that effect, like a holographic effect. And I thought it was so pretty, you know, and they were on sale too. I'm like, okay, I need to get these. So that's a perfect size. I'm making this for my granddaughter. Okay, so the sticker is down, but I'm going to put UV resin on top to give that sticker a shine also. And so it won't come off of the acrylic. Right there, I just wanted to make sure the letter was well covered before I start to take the stick and go around it. Now, with that stick that I was telling you about, the wooden stick, well, right here, after I do this, you're going to see me break it. And then what I'm doing is I'm breaking off the pointy end because that's the end that I had in the glitter. See, I'm breaking that end off. And I'm throwing that in trash. And I'm going to use this end to smooth out the UV resin. Trying to make sure I have everything covered. I don't know if y'all can hear that noise or not, but it's raining today. So if you hear anything sound like it's dripping or whatever, it's raining. So there I am, just making sure everything is to the end of the acrylic and making sure I don't get any UV resin in the in the hole. So I'm going to use my heat gun to pop the bubbles and make sure everything is spread out. And I'm going to place it under the UV light for 2 minutes. This part I'll speed up. I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit of my mess also. Okay, it's finished. So you see how glossy it is? And the A is protected. And the back has a little shine to it. So now I just have to get the hardware to put on here. So I'm going to be using 2 jump rings. One is going to be a thicker jump ring, which is going to go in the little hole for the acrylic. And then the other one is the one that I'm going to use to put the tassel on and the word brave. Okay, so when you're doing jump rings, right here, what I'm trying to show you, and it's not really focused, is that you have to kind of twist them apart. Do not pull apart. Twist them. Because if you pull apart, it can cause it to get weak and it'll break. So you twist. And this is the thicker jump ring. So I decided to take my little tag and put the brave on this jump ring with the acrylic blank. I was just looking to make sure that it was going to work right. And then now I'm adding the keychain part to it. Sorry I'm out of frame, but I was trying to look and see to make sure that I was going to get it. Now, you have to use the proper tools. I'm trying to make sure it's going to focus in, but I don't think it's going to focus. Sorry about that. I think I'm trying to play with the trick to see if it's going to, no, it's not going to focus. I'm coming in, I'm going back out. Oh, there we go. I think it focused a little bit for you right there. Okay. So I have pliers on the right side, but on the left side, that is a tool for your wire to make it rounded, and that's not the right tool. I should have had another pair of pliers, but I had to use what I had at the moment. See, because they are real slippery. Sorry that I'm out of frame, but like I said, I'm trying to look to see, to make sure I'm going to get it. So there's that. And now I'm going to use this other jump ring to put on the tassel. Once again, I'm twisting instead of pulling apart. Now I'm just trying to figure, okay, now I'm putting it in the tassel, and I'm trying to figure out which hole that, so I think I went up 2 links and put the tassel with the jump ring on the second link from the bottom. See those rounded pliers that's in my left hand, they are real slippery. Sorry that I'm out of frame again, but I just wanted to make sure that I was getting it. Okay, so here's the finished product. You have an acrylic keychain with an initial and paintbrush strokes on the back. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope it helped out a little bit. If you have any questions or anything, just ask them and leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.